Rebel Rouser Schnauzer, who identifies as a hound dog, said, he says automobiles and stuff are quite the tricky thing to get to know about. I can't think of anywhere to learn the basic stuff besides just going to an automotive college. Even then, not sure if they'd be teaching you how modern cars work as opposed to pure mechanics. Again, also not too sure if they teach you how to restore cars either. So, college is.
I mean, you could probably listen. It's not completely ideal, but you could probably learn on YouTube.
Yeah.
Probably YouTube videos where people are showing you. I don't know that it would I don't know how it would transfer. There's certain things where it's like you can watch somebody do it on a YouTube video, but still it's too, but I don't know. I feel like somebody could show you how to do it on YouTube.
Here's some welcoming stuff here. I think this will help us really identify with these guys. The guy says, anyway, I can get a better knowledge without having to surround myself with greasers. There aren't any greasers where I live. And the guy responds and he goes, you're doing so right now. The internet is the best place for people in your situation. There's just loads of stuff if you look in the right place. Firstly, I'd recommend listening to Rockabilly Radio.
Mm-hmm. Great. Wait. What is that?
I got it on from dusk till dawn.
Wait a second though. What is it? Is that just like in general they're saying?
Yeah, it's like
I guarantee that's an XM radio station.
Oh, it's like an actual. I see. It's like okay. That would make sense. They would have rock. I wonder what's being played on there.
Like, what do you mean? You wonder what's being played on there?
Reverend
it's Rockabilly.
No, but what is Rockabilly? I don't know. I don't know.
Reverend Horton Heat.
So it's like music from just the 50s or whatever.
No.
Yeah, but there's 80s
and 90s too.
Ray says no.
The straight
it's not just the it's not just the 50s, it's the 80s and the thing is, you got to understand, Chris. Rockabilly didn't actually exist as such. Like the Rockabilly guy didn't exist as such when Rockabilly was like a real thing.
I see.
It was just rock and roll back then. But
it was just normal music that was like popular.
In the 90s, they sort of, or the 80s, they sort of took this like beginning, like, I don't know, like 1952 ass rock and roll. And they're like, this is the only type part of this music that we like.
So, can I tell you something?
Yeah,
I didn't even fully understand that there was like a total musical element to it until just now.
It's most of it. Brian Setzer of the Stray Cats and the Brian Setzer Orchestra is like sort of a god to these people.
Yeah.
Well, my barber, I suppose I should have known that because my barber was. I don't want to say his name because he's like a fairly well-known musician. Like he's a front like a fairly well-known.
Is it the Reverend Horton Heat?
Probably Reverend Horton Heat.
I did not get my hair cut by Reverend Horton Heat.
Is it Jerry Lee Lewis?
It's so funny.
I did confessions. He's my reverend, but I think that you guys wouldn't know this, but you could look him up easily, and it feels unfair when I'm sort of like making fun of him or whatever. But yeah, he played in a band, and I guess they played rockabilly music. I'm guessing.
Can you put their name in the private chat here for us?
Oh yeah, I
can look it up.
I can.
I will not say it out loud, but I just want to know because I can.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
I without even looking it up. My brother. This man is Rockabilly. You had a cherry poppin' daddy ripping those clippers, giving you a fade.
No doubt about it. Yeah, but I great name, man. Sorry you can't hear.
Oh my God, the picture.
Yeah, you're looking at him now. I'm sorry, everyone, that I can't say this. Feels
there we go, the pork pie hat.
And can I mention as well what thing I love about him is he's like 5'2", like he's a little cherry.
That's how tall people were back then.
He's really
that's vintage.
He's really living it.
That's before they started pasteurizing the milk.
I wanted to tell this story because where I grew up in Groveport, Ohio, the last thing you would want to be considered, at least for me, was anything with Billy at the end, like hillbilly or anything, because it was just like everybody was a redneck. So if you wanted to be, something different, and most people did, most people didn't want to be a redneck at that time or like a hillbilly. So like you would run away from anything that had that connotation. And like I remember I was working at Kroger with this guy, and every day he would try to slip little rockabilly stuff to me. Like he was trying to like turn me rockabilly, and he was just like, he would give me like slang like daddy-o and stuff like that. He would talk about how I should do my hair, and then he would invite me to go to Reverend Horton Heat concerts, and it was just like a really I was being
Reverend Horton Heat,
rockabilly.
That's the big guy. That's the big
the Stray Cats and Reverend Horton Heat were the two big ones. So when I was like 12 and just getting into punk, I went to the Tower Records in San Francisco and sort of just looked at like the alternative section and bought what, because I had no frame of reference for a lot of stuff. So I just bought a Reverend Horton Heat CD and I took it home and I was like, what is this? Like, this doesn't sound like I wanted to hear like Black Flag. I had heard that. I was like, I want to hear like some cool music. And I'm like, this is just like bad.
Can you
Chuck
play?
Berry.
Are you
hear a little bit of Reverend Horton?
Well, don't play too much. I don't want you to get in.
We won't get in trouble. It's going to be posted.
There weren't no DMCAs in the 1953.
Yeah, you could argue that with them, and you probably would win in the end. They would have to concede. They would have to be like, "You're right."
All right, here comes the Reverend.
Okay,
we'll do live on KEXP here.
Okay, this is Seattle, close to me.
Oh, it's a ton of desk we got here.
It's just really freak out. I hate it.
Rockabilly freak out.
Yeah, I hate it.
Oh, they always have the biggest hollow Gibsons you ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that's the kind of he's got one.
Is that what you expected?
My barber had a guitar like that. I
There is no doubt in my motherfucking mind that he did. He had. I'm telling you, as you guys know, most subcultures of this ilk are just ways for guys to play dress up and collect vintage things.
Yeah,
really, like most hobbies of any kind are just about a way to collect something, and this is like a way to collect vintage cars. Vintage guitars. It's kind of like, in a funny way, they kind of have the same taste as Jay Leno. Like they just like want like like Jay Leno is in his soul a rockabilly, even if not in his actual. Well, you know what? No, Jay Leno is rockabilly.
He has kind of rockabilly. Because he has a cowboy look, definitely, and that, you know what I mean, like sort of he has that denim. He likes the denim. His
face though is kind of rockabilly.
His hair gets close too. Like
his hair has gone close to being a pompadour. I feel like he's styled it that way sometimes at home. Like there's no photos.
I'm looking at a pompadour Jay Leno. When I Google Jay Leno,
is that it nowadays with AI?
Rockabilly guys, when this releases, we're gonna be put on the Rockabilly hit list.
I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? Every time there's a picture of like a celebrity and like who's wearing like a leather jacket they got styled in that has like an Av Scum patch or whatever on it. Like every punk moron I know posted like, this is funny. Like rockabilly people should be excited that Jay Leno. We've made a scientific discovery that Jay Leno is rockabilly.
Yeah, you have an actual like. Listen, he might not be loved nowadays, but he's still a beloved character from our past, and now he's like a legitimate guy, a real celebrity, and he is a confirmed rockabilly now.
Just like James Dean, he constantly gets into car crashes, near fatal.
Yeah, but they can never get him though.
They can never get him, because he's a cherry popping daddy, dude. He's that term. That was a ska band, right? Did we talk about that? That was a swing revival band. Yeah, and here's the thing:
that's one of the worst names that I've ever heard. From
they changed it, actually.
They did.
They changed it, right?
Yeah, I think they're called the Daddies now.
Yeah, nowadays I don't think you can even you can't even call yourself that anymore.
There are no cherries left to pop.
They won't book you.
No, here's the thing though, and this is the real red pill on this. About the red pill you like crazy. The swing revival and rockabilly, same thing. Same thing. Same guy.
Yeah.
Same leopard print, same big ass collar. Rockabilly's like little thing started in the 1980s. Swing revival, I think, did come in the 90s, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same guy.
Old. This guy, Reverend Horton Heat, he's old.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're just called the Daddies now. The Cherry Poppin' Daddies are just called the Daddies, which is kind of, they kind of lost. They could have been like Anthrax.
Why
Let's
didn't they
not
call
change
them
their goddamn name because
why don't they call
Exactly.
them? And also, they should have gone with the Cherries, or maybe it was already a.
the
Do you know
daddies
what I
is
mean?
gross.
Like, Daddy's is still gross, and it also like doesn't really like tell me like when if you say Cherries, that for me reminds me more of their band. You know.
Well, and here's some more on how to get into rockabilly. Second, you're gonna want to bust a move and boogie down to a rockabilly festival.
So true.
Even if it's out of state, there's rockabilly events all over the world. Nearly every corner of America has one, as does the UK and Europe. Viva Las Vegas could be the biggest consideration. People from all around the world come to be a part of the scene and experience rockabilly. I think I'm going to go to Viva Las Vegas now.
Wait, yeah, Viva Las Vegas does seem like something that I might be interested in going to as well. I'm going to look
good
it up.
rockabilly trip we're going to be
I
on.
would say Las Vegas is both the Mecca and the Jerusalem of like aging, like NoFX style punk guys, like kind of just like weird 90s. Any guy, actually, you know what? Anything that was big in the 90s, like sort of their like spiritual home is Las Vegas. So all those guys end up there. I have firsthand, well, I guess technically secondhand accounts of Fat Mike from NoFX engaging in bacchanals, orgies, with groups of punk women and men, at in Las Vegas in pools. I know that all those motherfucking rockabillys get down in there, and then they're all in the back seat. It's like where you go. It's like how the villages where all the old people go in Florida have like a new kind of STD. They're inventing new kinds of rockabilly STDs in Las Vegas constantly.
I'm
What about
looking it
this?
up.